Swami Bhajanandaji Maharaj, who was very close with Swami Shivamanandaji, will now say a few words about Maharaj.
It is with deep sorrow that I take part in this memorial conference. Revered Swami Shivamanandaji Maharaj sudden passing away is a great loss, not only to the Ramakrishna order, not only to the whole Ramakrishna movement, but also to the whole society. He was a source of inspiration, consolation, and support to our so many people, both monastics and lay devotees. Apart from this, a holy person, a holy man like him radiates noble thoughts all around, just as rays of light come from a source, light source, so also noble thoughts emerge from a great spiritual person and purifies the whole mental atmosphere of the society and turns the minds of people Godward without being aware of the fact. Revered Shivamanandaji Maharaj was endowed with ever so many noble traits, qualities, of which I would like to mention only a few here. The first important quality I saw in him was his general, his love and friendliness towards all people and helpful nature towards all people without any distinctions of religion, caste, creed, or region. Another quality of his which is worth mentioning here is his special consideration he had for the underdog, that is, for those who are neglected or rejected or criticized by other people. He would always give them some kind of several people have gained reassurance and an honorable place in society to which they belonged with his help. A third quality of his was although he mingled with all people freely, he was very strict about his sadhu life. He lived a simple but not very austere, but a true sadhu life. He fulfilled the life of sadhu. He had a special consideration for sadhus, outside sadhus who live in tapasya, places of tapasya like Uttarakashi, Rishikesh and other places. He himself lived the life of a noble, great sadhu. And lastly, his allegiance and adherence to the spiritual life. He always maintained a spiritual perspective. He was deeply interested in philosophical, spiritual literature and philosophical books and discussions on Vedanta and other subjects he very much liked. He used to now and then call me over the phone and we will go on discussing various spiritual and philosophical topics for a long time, more than half an hour or 45 minutes. The talks used to go on. His sudden disappearance is actually personally for me a great loss. Though he was senior to me in the monastic hierarchy by 2 years, but he came to the probationers training center 2 years late, so I had the good fortune of living with him at the training center. That enabled me to know him closely. And then there I saw his noble qualities. He was loved by all the brahmacharyans and acharyas and all the sadhus. He would take part. He used to take part in all the merrymaking and practical jokes and all that in the training center, like other brahmachari brothers. But he was at the same time very strict about his studies and also spiritual practice. Was very studious in his habits. Even though he made a lot of merrymaking, he was very studious and always used to stand first or second in the examinations. And as regards spiritual practice, I saw he was very strict about that. However late it was, he would see to that he performed his routine spiritual practices at the right time or and for the stipulated time. He was very strict about his spiritual practices. This I saw all through his life. He was very particular about this. He always maintained a spiritual perspective on life and towards all people and the whole Sangha and society. That spiritual perspective, in that it was so broad, so he could accommodate people of all kinds of temperaments and qualities. I was very much surprised when I heard that he had been admitted to Sabha Pratishthan, which I thought he would be continue on this in this plane for many more years. So when I heard, I tried to contact him. 5 or 6 days before his passing away, I came to know that he had been shifted from the ICU to a cabin. So I tried to talk to him over the phone. And the first thing he told me, I asked him over the phone, "Apni keman achen Maharaj?" The first thing he told me was, he quoting Ram Prasad's famous song, which is familiar to many people, Abhayar Pade, Pran Sopechi, that gun there too. He told me, first thing he told me was, "Hey deho beche, bhave hate, Durga naam kine enechi." He repeated 3 times. তারপরে আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করলেন, আপনি কেমন আছেন? তখন আমি বললাম, এই মাসলের পাখির কথা, মাসলের পাখি শুনে উনি 2-3 বার মাসলে পাখি রিপিট করলেন। এটাই ওনার মুখে আমি যা শুনেছিলাম, শেষ বাণী ওনার মুখে আমি শুনেছিলাম। তখন আমি বুঝতে পারিনি that voice will be stilled once for all time. His voice is still ringing in my ears, but it is difficult to believe that that voice has been stilled forever, and his benign, loving presence is no more. We can no more experience it at this physical plane. Is the last scene is still in my memory. It is something haunting. Anyway, with this short talk, you come to this end of this talk. My namaskar, my pranams to all the senior monks, and namaskar to all the others and those who are, and all the listeners of this talk. Namaskar. Thank you very much.